Okay, I want to do one about Kevin at GreatspaceX and what SpaceX is doing. Now, I've read a lot on the Great SpaceX channel. Uh, the people say he repeats himself and stuff like that. Basically that sort of thing. Okay, in case you didn't know, science is actually rather repetitive, and oftentimes not very exciting, except for when it is. And it's just that way. Okay, so you want to criticize Kevin for repeating himself, but what about people who are new to the channel? They're not completely caught up yet. You know, and science is like this. You constantly have to bring other people up to speed. But a lot of folks on there, they post different ideas for this heat shield problem they're running into. Well, one of them was dragon scales instead of tiles. Now, if you think about it, that actually doesn't sound like a terrible idea. But what they're really going to go for, I think, is something a little bit more. I think they're going to develop a cooling sheathing system, or where you've got coolant running through two layers of I guess they're choosing stainless steel, which is on, and then you have another guy who's talking about create a plasma field, which isn't impossible, mind you. I mean, it sounds a little sci-fi, but it's not impossible. I haven't exactly done all the math on it, but and don't let the girly shit fool you. I mean, I do occasionally run a few equations nowadays. I was a lot better in my youth, but yeah, the whole bashing Kevin for being repetitive, it's not actually that repetitive. It's nice to have this news. It's nice to have that connection with what SpaceX is doing. It's very exciting, no matter how boring it is. Okay, but what I see SpaceX doing is I see them continuing with the tried and true tile system until so and such a time, and then running their experiments on the oh geez, I don't remember what it's basically like a radiator system. Well, what you do is you just cycle inert gas that happens to be cool through a sandwich layer. I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, with the front wings, that develops its own little problems, but they'll figure it out. Elon and his team of badass engineers, they don't know how to fail. They're pretty good at this stuff. No, I mean, I'm just saying. But yeah, it's going to be fun. So, stop bashing Kevin at Great SpaceX. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the information, and let's see if we can throw some ideas out there that maybe Elon's engineers will be like, didn't think about that. Let's check it out. I'm just saying, especially that plasma shield system thing. I mean, that comes with its own little but you see, the whole thing is that with the coolant system, you're going to engage that before you actually start to make reentry. So you're going to know if that system is alive and well before you make reentry. So if it's not, it's a starship. You can just stay up there for a couple of days while they send up a couple of dragons to come get your asses. It's not that tough. I mean, they're talking about sending, what, 6 guys and gals to the moon on a starship? Yeah. I mean, even if it has that new prototype coolant heat shield thing, you're gonna know long before if that thing's working or not. And then if it's not working, then you just simply don't drop from orbit. That's all there is to it. And then you figure out what's going on. And worst case scenario is those 6 folks, they spend a few more days up in the starship around the planet. Maybe put it into a geosync orbit where it can be retrieved later or fixed, and then drop down onto the planet. Or send another starship up and reload it. Send it back ass to the moon. You know, I mean, they're talking about starship tankers. There's all kinds of options. Okay, but that's the thing that people don't understand about SpaceX, is that they have a multifaceted solution to virtually everything, and that's the way they're developing the system. And you know, that's why certain things are prototype, but they know that the ceramic heat shield system does work. Now they just need to land a starship on the chopsticks, like they did with what is it, Booster 5 or Booster 4? I don't know. Either way, that was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. I mean, I actually cried watching that thing get caught by the chopsticks, the booster. Yeah, that was cool. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different options. But at the end of the day, SpaceX is going to be responsible as much as it can with human life. Their responsibility is they don't even need the FAA to intervene with them at this point. It's like, just give us a launch license, call it a day. We don't need your investigations. SpaceX isn't going to endanger the public. Unlike China, they don't care if they blow up a whole province with a failed rocket. Y'all have a good day now.